Today's lesson is about derivative rules of exponential functions. We know this is a rule for e to the x power. We can write down e to the x power, the derivative equals e to the x power. If y equals b to the x power, then the derivative will be b to the x power and the natural log of b. This b greater than 0 and also b not equal to 1. As we know, we have a log base a to the x equal to x. We call this is the inverse rule of log. And also we know that is if we have log base a b to the x power, then we can take this x to the front. So we get the x times log base a of b. So when we have b to the x power, I can write down that is e to the natural log of b to the x power. Then when you do the derivative to b to the x power, basically you are doing the derivative to this, e to the natural log b to the x power. So we know the derivative to e to the x power is e to the x power. Therefore, you will write down itself first. And then you will do the derivative to natural log b to the x power. Then you will drop this down first. You will get the x natural log of b. For x times natural log of b, when you do the derivative, you will get a natural log of b. So you get natural log of b here. For this part, basically that means e to the x power. Therefore, you will get the b to the x power times the natural log of b. When you take a IB exam, this is the formula given. From the formula, you could say for exponential function, they give you e to the x power. That derivative will be itself. Now let's go to some example. Look at the number 1. So you will get y prime equals 3 e1 minus 2x6 power. You do derivative. The coefficient is 3. E to the x power, you will get itself. So whenever you say e to any power, just keep itself. Then we go to the chain rule. We need to do the derivative for 1 minus 2x to the 6 power. Now we will have 3 times e to the 1 minus 2x 6 power times derivative to 1 is 0. For this, you will get the negative 12 for x to the 5th power. Therefore, you will write down negative 36x to the 5th power, e1 minus 2x to the 6th power. Now let's go to number 2. For number 2, y prime equals 20. You will stay because it's a coefficient. The derivative for 3 will be 0 minus. Since it's e to some power, we just keep as it is. Then you have to do negative 5x to the 4th power. You have to do derivative. So we get 20 negative e to the negative 5x to the 4th power times derivative for this. You will get the negative 5 times 4 x to the 3rd power. Then you can organize now. Negative will be a positive. All this is a multiplication. So you will get 400 x third power. E is negative 5 x to the fourth power. Now let's go to number 3. Y prime equals, we do 4x minus x squared e to the 5x power. We do derivative. For 4x, you will get the 4 minus. You have to use the product rule here. So remember the product rule, since you have a negative sign before that, you have to use the parentheses. So we have x squared, we do derivative, then e to the 5x you stay, plus x squared stay times the e to the 5x power, you have to do derivative. Then 4 minus, here you will get the 2x e to the 5x power. Then plus x squared times e to the 5x power itself. Then do the derivative for 5x will be 5. Then you can organize 4 minus parentheses 2x e to the 5x power plus 5x squared e to the 5x power. Then we use the distributive property to get the answer. 4 minus 2x e to the 5x power minus 5x squared e to the 5x power. Now let's go to number 4. Y prime equals, we got to use the quotient rule here. So square root of x squared. Then remember that u prime. Therefore, you get the square root of x, you stay. The numerator, you got to do the derivative. Then here is a minus. That's the reason for quotient rule of a derivative. Order does matter. Then we switch square root of x, we do the derivative. Then e to the negative x power stay. Now we organize now. You have x. Square root of x times e to the negative x power. Then you have to do the derivative for negative x. That's the chain rule. It will be negative 1. Just remember e to the x power that you will get itself. So whenever you see e to what power, just stay. Bring that down. Then minus. For square root of x, when you do derivative, remember 1 over 2 square root of x. So you get the 1 over 2 square root of x. Then times e to the negative x power. Now we organize the numerator. Denominator is just like x. Here you have negative sign, so I put the negative square root of x. This is negative exponent, so you go to denominator like this. Minus 2 square root of x. Negative exponents, I go to denominator so that I can change that into positive exponents. Here's 1. We need to get rid of this denominator here. So we multiply by 2 square root of x e to the x power. This is the one you have to get rid of this e to the x power. So multiply by 2 square root of x. Here you have to do 2 square root of x e to the x power. Now you will get 2x square root of x e to the x power. To the top, square root of x times square root of x, that's negative 2x minus 1. Now let's go to guided practice 4. Given f of x equals this, and f prime of 0 equals negative 8, find the k. First of all, you need to figure out the derivative of f of x. So you get the e to the kx power, then times derivative for kx will be k plus. For derivative for x will be 1. Then the f prime of 0, you will get e k times 0 times k plus 1. That is 1 times k, because e to the 0 power will be 1. So k plus 1 equals negative 8. Therefore, your k equals negative 9. You minus 1 both sides. That will be your answer.